Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you on Friday night. Today was a very shocking day in the history of sports. Basically, I was sitting there, I was about to be wrapping up my lunch, I was about to put my phone away and heading back to work, and all of a sudden I just see this tweet that there was a trade out there where Percy Harvin was moving from the Seattle Seahawks, moving to the New York Jets. Very, very surprised by this. Everybody knows the Seattle Seahawks, one of the best teams in the NFL. That they have not been at the top of their game as of this year. We've seen them lose a couple games already, and they've probably lost as many games this year so far as I thought they would lose in the entire season. I mean, this is them coming back off their Super Bowl. And I basically was saying that the Niners, didn't have any room to talk in the NFC West until we're able to find a way to beat this team on the road, beat them in Seattle. That's when it's going to matter, and that's when we're going to be able to take ourselves seriously, because until then, you have to respect that they are the NFL champs. But this, honestly, is a little bit of a weird move. I know that Percy Harvin costs a lot of money, but he does have a lot of skill. The first year, last year that he spent with Seattle, of course, he came over and he had the huge concussion problem, I believe, is what kept him out a lot of the time. That's one of the reasons why Minnesota shipped him over to Seattle, was they didn't need a receiver who already had head trouble, and just basically his big migraine headaches was a big deal when he was there. I remember his rookie season, he came in under the quarterback of Brett Favre, and he just became a major star very fast. But very surprising to see that this is the second team to give up on Percy Harvin in his prime. Lots of talk about Seattle basically already being stocked at the wide receiver. Russell Wilson is a guy that really wasn't taking Percy Harvin deep. He was giving a lot of that to Jermaine Kearse and Doug Baldwin, both of them, basically being the number one and number two receivers of this team. And as well, there's a guy coming on, Paul Richardson, very, very fast, very, very strong. When he came out and he was going through the Columbine, a lot of the scouts were coming out and saying this was the new Deshaun Jackson, and that a lot of people should be taking their lights from here. From here, the Jets are going to give up a second to fourth round conditional pick, seeing basically how much Harvin is used in his new home. And you got to think that Geno Smith basically having any kind of anybody with hands that can catch the ball is going to be able to help this team. They needed skills, and skills is what they're going to get in Percy Harvin. Of course, Eric Decker and his fantasy stats more than likely are going to take a little bit of a hit. But to me, I'm looking over at Curley, the third down superstar. That's the guy that should have been getting the ball a lot more in Jetland. He's one of my favorite receivers in the league, and I don't know, the Jets need more than Percy Harvin, but this is definitely one of those pieces that they can fit the puzzle. They can make them better sooner than later. The Jets already played this game. This week they had the 25-27 loss to the Patriots. I think that everybody thought that this was going to be a big time blowout. Everybody that I talked to about this game last night, everybody that I talked to about this game today, basically said that the Jets showed a lot of heart in this game. Patriots didn't look like a bad team. It didn't look like they underplayed or anything like that. Just the Jets showed up. They were ready to play football, and they almost had that one. The Seattle Seahawks are going to be playing against the St. Louis Rams this week. I don't know. The Rams showed up to play against the San Francisco 49ers on Monday. I would think that they'd be ready to come out and show. I thought that the Rams had built a great team last year. I thought that they easily had a chance to beat the Niners and beat the Seahawks. I was what I called out in my prediction video for the year, is that don't count these Rams out. They're a good team. Of course, this year Bradford's down. And then after Bradford, Hill went down, and now they got a new young quarterback running that team. So they're not at 100%, but they showed a lot of heart out there. They had a great first quarter, putting up 14 early points on the 49ers, up 14-0. The only problem is that even though that defense is really good, the Niners were good enough to get them back in that game. I think they're going to have to jump up on those Seahawks if they're going to have any chance in it. I think I'm picking the Seahawks. You don't see many teams deal off, even if the stats aren't there, one of their best players, the guy with a whole lot of skill. So this could go either way. I mean, I've seen lots of times when there's injuries to key players, the team, rivals up and, plays better than they would have with that star player to maybe show the press and show the fans that they still have a team out there. Or, they could just crumble. It could be one of those moves that you're like, we got a good draft pick. We did save a lot of money in letting Harvin go and playing cheaper guys, and we have money now to sign Wilson and some more defensive guys to keep this team intact as long as we can. But maybe it could be one of those moves that really hurts him in the long run. So we'll have to see what goes down. Seahawks, I got them as the favorite against the Rams. I think most people would as well. And we'll see how this goes down on Sunday. Peace out, everybody.